Becca is crying. Austin hurt her feelings.
We listen here, man. This
caught me off guard.
I'm like, what's going on? I thought she was in pain. Because I automatically went to her illness.
Yeah.
I was like, why are they crying? But go ahead, continue.
So they talked about religion, and the conversation didn't go well. And she's hoping that Pastor Cal can guide them through this conversation.
Wake up, Pastor Cal.
They were talking about the afterlife, heaven and hell, and Austin, from what Becca is saying in this moment, Austin said that if Becca were to die and go to hell, Austin thinks that he can still love her in the same way in this lifetime. It wouldn't change anything.
Yes.
Becca said that made her feel less than.
Okay.
And she doesn't think she's going to hell.
Okay.
Pastor Cal says, look, neither Becca, Austin, or I have left this life and came back to tell anybody what happens. No one has the power or authority to do that. And Austin is telling Becca that his church is very accepting, like we're not a condemning type of people. That's not who I am. Pastor Cal asks Austin if he's open to different possibilities of thoughts about the afterlife, and Austin says like he is. He kind of said like, I'm kind of agnostic in ways because we talked about Judaism and Islam and they could all be the same thing. He said he's open to figuring it out. He doesn't think how any of that changes how he loves and cares for her. And Becca starts saying, well, maybe if he was paired with like a Christian girl, and Pastor Cal essentially says, stop that.
We already made a mistake with Michael. You know what I'm saying?
You are each other's matches. Austin told Becca he loved her when he was sleepy, and she said it was a joke. And Pastor Cal says, no, that was the truth. She feels strongly because she cares strongly for him.
Listen here, there's a lot. Don't scroll up. There's a lot that happened in that scene, and I need you to go to the line, refresh my memory, where you said, Pastor Cal said that Austin haven't been to the afterlife. We haven't been to the afterlife. Can you read that line for me, please?
Yes. Pastor Cal says neither Becca, Austin, or I, Pastor Cal, have left this life and came back to say what happens.
Yeah. And there's something else in that line that you said something about.
No one has the power or authority to do that.
Keep going. Something across the lines of where
that's all I have.
He tells Austin to be open to things. Stop that, Pastor Cal. Stop it. And the reason why I say stop it is, why does he have to be open and basically turn from his beliefs, but Becca's the one crying and she don't got to turn from her beliefs? So let me start from the beginning, right? Becca, you're crying about this hell that you don't believe in. Why?
Number one, why do you even care? Do you care? I mean, do you believe in heaven or hell? You don't know what's going to be. So it doesn't matter where Austin thinks you're going to go.
Take your time, baby.
See? She's upsetting me.
I know. Take your time.
Because it's dumb. You got me sounding dumb now.
Listen, you don't believe in hell. So, and I'm going off of you based on what you believe in. You don't believe in things of that nature. So you being so upset and so invested in so much of like, I don't think I'm going to hell. I'm a good person, First of all, I think the underlying issue is, if I was to put my finger on it, you don't like the fact of what he believes. So you're in some way trying to turn his beliefs. Based on what I heard on the after party, right? Because they talked about on the after party, it wasn't as simplistic as, hey, if you don't believe what I believe in, you're going to hell. It wasn't like that at all.
Based off the after party, he didn't even say that.
No, he did not. so that's what.
If we're going to talk about it, based on the after party, Becca said Austin was doing some designing for some apps.
He was making hats or something like that.
No, on apps.
Oh, okay.
On an app. And so he settled on a cross. And she made a joke saying, well, it's not like you think I'm going to hell. And Austin said, well, that's how I was raised.
He didn't even say
so where's all this coming from, Becca?
So she
doesn't like his beliefs.
No,
period.
Exactly. And that's my issue right there.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head right there. Why does he have to quote unquote change his beliefs or modify his beliefs to fit you, Becca?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Even to the point where she was like, can you make it a priority to change and things like that? No. And I don't like Pastor Cal encouraging him to do this, especially since he is a pastor of the faith. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not saying he needs to be the one saying, well, Becca, that is what we preach. No, I'm not telling him to do that. First of all, I don't even know why y'all match together. because I don't even believe that Austin really likes her, to be honest.
Okay.
And I think this is actually drawing him further and further away, because and based on what we see on the show, he is basically saying, I'm a Christian and things like that, but I'm not going to press you on anything.
Right.
She's the one that's doing the pressing.
Yeah.
She's doing the pressing. I feel like she's manipulating or trying to manipulate through her emotions, through her overreactions of like, oh, he said I'm going to go to hell and this is what I think. No, my whole point is this is what he believes in. If he feels like he's not going to condemn you and things like that, why do you feel condemned? Why do you keep trying to make it seem like he's over here trying to convert you? You're the one that's trying to convert him.
Yeah.
Trying to get him to leave his beliefs and things like that. I don't think that's fair.
No.
And I don't think that's fair for Pastor Carl, not only because he's a pastor of the faith, but I don't think it's fair to put the pressure on him to be like, well, can you not believe what you was basically raised to believe with your whole life? Can you change it just a little bit? That's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's not fair at all. What did you think about this scene so far, or did we state everything?
I mean, we pretty much stated everything. The only thing I really wanted to say is that Becca told him that if you think I'm going to hell, then that's a deal breaker. Why, Becca? You don't believe in hell.
That's the punchline.
Why is that a deal breaker? How is that going to change how he's going to treat you?
No.
He's not going to look at you or view you any differently. He's not going to talk bad about you to his friends. And it's not even such a thing. And I feel like she's personalizing it too much. His belief is what I'm figuring, I'm Christian, we're Christian, but most Christian beliefs are if Jesus Christ is the way, the life, the truth. And if you don't, accept him, then you're not going to be with him in eternity.
Yeah.
And that away from him is hell. And so he's not saying, Becca, you're awful, you're going to hell. This is just our belief framework. And don't take it personal.
But my whole thing is the same way as he believes, my whole point is as strongly as he believes, that's as strongly as she don't believes. So my whole point is, why does he have to modify? Especially if you're the only one, Becca, throwing religion in his face.
Yeah.
He's not. I can understand if she felt some way if he was like this preacher Christian guy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, whoa, we pray today? Whoa, did we do? If he's doing his thing and he's still able to treat you well, why are you making it seem like, oh my God, he woke up and he's still a Christian today, guys? It's like, yo, leave it alone.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Don't talk about it.
Continue.
But yeah, I think Becca is just overreacting and being annoying.
I think she's being manipulative. See, annoying is different. I think she's being manipulative. And I think this is what actually, not so much of the religion thing, but her manipulative ways is the reason why she was single. She signed up for the show in the first place. Is that she's using this emotional soul tie type of thing of basically like, we need to be exactly alike. We can't be different in no way. And my thing is, that's not how people are.
Right.
He been raised completely different. And does it, quote unquote, change how he treats you? No. He don't bring it up. As far as I know, Austin don't talk about nothing.
He tries his hardest not to. He said, can we play some games? And don't talk about sex with me either while we're playing the game.
No deep conversation. You know what I mean? And then Pastor Carl, this just reminded me. Pastor Carl, I'm back on you, Pastor. Don't speak for people when, quote unquote, he said, or basically she said, he shit was tired one night and he said that he loved you, and he said it jokingly, and he said it's not a joke. Listen here.
Maybe it was.
Listen here. My thing is, I am not accepting nobody telling me they love me with the I love you too, things like that. I'm not accepting that. Listen here. This season is a dud. Stop trying to save the couples that y'all put together that's not going to work. Y'all already messed up with Michael. Y'all already messed up with Orion and Lauren. Y'all probably messed up with Becca and Austin, but we ain't see it yet. Y'all messed up with Cam and Claire. Stop trying to keep the couples on the show. Like, no, we put y'all together. Y'all good. No, y'all messed up. Y'all messed up.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. Well, moving on beyond that, because I could really stay on that for hours. But Lauren meets up.